Now, I know you guys are probably really confused why I'm making this video in the first place, since videos like these aren't normal to see on this channel, but I gotta come clean and tell you that I really dislike the new map for Mario Golf Super Rush. It's called New Donk City. Now, let me be clear. If the title didn't say it, I'm only going to be talking about this course on speed golf, not regular golf. I want to say this because I normally play speed golf and I don't really care all too much about the standard golf mode. Another thing is that this course has both an amateur and a pro setting, so I'll put text on the bottom left hand side of the screen to let you know if this is the amateur or the pro version of the course. Anyway, I don't want to make this intro very long and it feels like I'm wasting your time, so let's just start with my biggest problems with this new course. Alright, to begin, let's start with the smallest problem I have, and that is this whole course feels way too crowded to the point where you can't tell where anything is most of the time, and you'll end up having your golf ball ricochet all over the course and not onto the holes. On top of that, trying to get your ball over these slants can be a little annoying. I think the reason for this is simply because they chose to rip New Donk City and change very minor things. What do I mean? I mean the general look of this course looks exactly like the New Donk City you see in Super Mario Odyssey. Now you might think that it looks cool, but you'll begin to see that this place does not translate well to a golf course. This also leads to how some of the courses are designed. Due to the fact this course is generally ripped from Odyssey, this also leads to your balls easily falling off the course. Sure, it's a bit challenging, but it's not fair at the same time. Especially when there is a damn building in the way that unless you have the radar, which isn't a thing until you play the story mode for a bit, you just have to know what the other side of the course looks like. Heck, even while on the ground, due to this course having a lot of buildings all over the place, you're going to end up hitting a building or hitting a slant, which leads to your ball landing somewhere you don't want it to be. It's so frustrating. Oh, and before I move on, these slants are really annoying, and if you're not under where the flag is, your ball will fall off these slants. This course is not only crowded, but bullshit at the same time. Let me say, if I'm already getting this angry and this is the smallest problem, just wait till you see my other complaints. This course either wants to be very difficult and wants to be way too easy at the exact same time. What do I mean? In this hole you have the choice to either go through this bridge area or go around and not have the chance to fall off. But since it takes roughly the same amount of time to get there, why wouldn't you want to go around rather than take the route where you can fall off? It's not even a risk-reward situation. Just go around unless you want to screw yourself over with falling off. At the same time, sometimes this place feels way too punishing, even on the amateur difficulty. Like on these courses with the buildings. If you don't go high enough and screw up a little bit, you're pretty much screwed because you need to be where you start, which even then is barely enough to make the distance. Otherwise you'll be too low, which wastes so much of your time. But at the same time, sometimes this course feels way too easy and you'll end up asking yourself, how is this even allowed to be a course? It sometimes feels like the only challenge is your opponent's special shots rather than the course itself. Now I'm aware that you pick what hole you start in so you can have the course slowly get harder over time, and I understand that. But at the same time, I'd rather have the course stay in one general difficulty than go all over the place and have random difficulty spikes or at times be even easier than what you played before. It's not just the holes either. Even the AI is pretty inconsistent. Sometimes the AI knows what they're doing, but then other times the AI is dumber than a turkey. Actually, that's too harsh on turkeys. At least turkeys have a brain, unlike the AI on some of these courses. But now the moment you've been waiting for. My biggest issue with the New Donk City course in Mario Golf Super Rush. Now, you may already have a clue what my biggest issue is based on the footage you've seen. That being that this course and all of its holes are way too short. If I can record an entire hole with the Nintendo Switch capture feature, then you know you screwed up. No other course has holes this pathetically short. Sure, there are some short holes every now and then, but they weren't the whole course. And you might think this is only on the amateur setting, and the reason why they're this short is because you're playing on the shorter version of the course. But no, that's not the case. The only difference between amateur and pro is that most of the pro courses are slightly longer than the amateur courses. And by that, I mean at the very most, maybe it's 5 or 6 seconds longer. Every course in this you can beat in less than a minute. Hell, even when I screw up a lot, I still managed to beat these holes in under a minute, which is ridiculous. Why did they feel the need to make these holes so short will be a mystery to me. You could say that it makes New Donk City more unique, but I don't think really short courses make a course more unique. In fact, this feels more like filler to make the game have more content than it really does, which is ironic since Super Rush was already super rushed to begin with, and this course just exists for Nintendo to pretend like there's plenty of fan service in this game when there really isn't. I'm sorry, but I want more substance in my courses than mostly under 30-second holes. If this game does, and it probably will, get more courses, then please don't make the holes as short as New Donk City. Even though most of my opinions on this course are very negative, there are some good things that come from this course. For one, the music is really good, and it's one of the main reasons to play this course, mostly because there's no sound test, and as of making this video, nobody has ripped the song on YouTube yet. And even though it's obviously ripped from Odyssey, I do still like how the course looks, mostly because there's a lot of details from Odyssey that you can see throughout the course. An example of this would be that you can jump on the taxis to get a little boost to get to the RC part of the course a little quicker. It's cool, but at the end of the day, this is just a lackluster course, and it was not worth the wait. Now, you could say it's my fault for having hope for Super Rush, and some people may ask, if I get this upset over a course, then why do I still play the game? And to be honest, I don't know. I don't know.